Hello again and welcome back to another one, and today we have more to cover that connects to the last video where I broke down Crook's take on Eminem and added some facts to back up his claims, and I'll be diving into how some fans have reacted to this and more. And before we get to it, if you're here for the first time, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and find me on social media at ETLifestyle_web. Now recently, there's been a few milestones for Eminem, as Music to Be Murdered By is on its way to 1 million in the United States alone, after crossing 900,000 recently, and at this rate it will be eligible for platinum in the United States in November. No Love featuring Lil Wayne recently topped 500 million views on this platform, and in July, Eminem ended the month in the United Kingdom, earning 4 new certifications. The latest is a gold certification for Crack a Bottle after Spacebound was certified gold, Revenge silver, and River 2x platinum in July. Just before the main event, I'll leave you to think on this before we begin. I recently tweeted, Eminem to Dr. Dre right now, if you ever need a hitman, remember I'm 47, only real ones get it. And this has since gone platinum, and we'll get back to this at the latter part of the video. So following Crook's recent video where he felt the need to step in to sort things out regarding Eminem since verified profiles are now normalizing false narratives, Crook also mentioned this about what he's noticed during this time. Take a look.
It started to seem as if somebody had an agenda to try to push him out the culture. And I noticed this like in 2018, you know what I mean? 2019.
And as you'd expect, a recurrent theory has surfaced once again. These are theories and not facts, I add, and a top comment under my last video states, remember when Diddy said he was gonna handle Eminem and people had theories as to what he meant? What if this is it? What if a lot of the current Eminem hate stems from Diddy behind the scenes? And this wasn't the only comment under the video that suggested that Diddy could be the source when we consider the current Eminem hate from hip-hop media, and another user builds on this statement. Diddy definitely has the influence and money to do something like this, but if he thinks something like this is gonna take Marshall down, he's dead wrong. And it wasn't that different on Twitter, a user states, I really think this is a concerted effort by Diddy and M knows, so that's why he keeps calling him out. And this also sparked a conversation on that. Now I stated that this is recurrent because this is not the first time fans have hinted at the person responsible, but this is the first time I'll dive into it and give my take based on what I can find, and luckily we have a few examples. Now the Eminem hate went into full swing shortly after MMLP2 dropped, and right before Revival it became the trend it is today to hate on Eminem and gain some clout in the process. And this was long before Killshot dropped, so at best we can say that Diddy added fuel to the fire, but he certainly didn't start it, and here's an example that links to Diddy. When Bang's original verse leaked, he showed his hand, since despite having the knowledge that it was a leaked verse, Revolt TV tweeted, "Down with Eminem," and most people under that tweet urged Diddy to stop hiding behind Revolt, and it didn't take long for this to appear on Billboard. Why does Eminem, someone who is a guest in our culture, think he can talk down to Revolt? So much arrogance from a network that's not even lasted a decade. And the statement from Revolt to Billboard was a character assassination plot to paint Eminem as someone who is distracting the world from important issues affecting brothers, despite knowing for a fact it was leaked. It also undermined Eminem's efforts in Detroit at that time, stating, "We're busy using our energies, efforts, and platforms as a catalyst for change. The real question is, what is Eminem doing other than being a distraction?" And so far from what I've seen, this was the only time you could directly link Diddy to contributing to the Eminem hate train using his platform Revolt. So can we blame all the recent hate from the LSM on Diddy? We have no proof to back up that claim. However, we can say that he has contributed so far, especially after the stunt from Revolt a while ago. So it's not far-fetched for fans to connect the dots and add a new name to the list of people responsible. And who can say what goes on behind the scenes? Now it's time to discuss the tweet that quote-unquote only the real ones got. And if you didn't get it, don't sweat it, it's not that serious. In the song What's the Difference, Eminem told Dr. Dre that he's got his back, and Dre said the same, and M offered to Dre, "You ever need somebody off whose throat is it?" And Dre responded, "If you ever end Kim, I'll show you where the ocean is." Fast forward to 2020 and Dr. Dre's marriage is in turmoil, and his ex wants half of that billion-dollar fortune, and many people have joked about how hiring a hitman is cheaper. Now the lyricist in me couldn't let this go. I had to jump in with some bars, since Eminem already offered to help Dr. Dre in '99 if he ever needed to off someone, so I updated the bar. If you ever need a hitman, remember I'm 47. Now the gamers out there are familiar with the game Hitman and the protagonist Agent 47, and since Eminem is also 47 right now, I couldn't resist the wordplay, and it's open-ended to even include AK-47 if you want to do some reaching. By the way, this is all jokes, it is 2020, so I have to make that clear. So what are your thoughts on the topics covered today? Tell us below, like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.